Okay, we are good to go. So we're looking at each statement. So I want to get the concluding aspect of it now. All right. You are a teacher and you are taking them in mathematics. Mathematics. Are you a mathematics teacher? And your students, this is their score. Student A, student B, student C, student D. Or I don't want to mess up here. Let's just get another sheet. Yeah. Yeah. So now your student record for mathematics, second term. Now, have student name. We have first term. Score, exam, just exam. All right, we'll drag here to review all this. Okay, this should be total, please. Over 100. Now have your student A. We have student B. Sorry, I'm taking so much. We have student C. We have student D. We have student E. And then we have student F. Now, this is their score. You are the math teacher. You know, I'm coming from somewhere. You might have computed their first CA, second CA, you know, exams, and then you added up everything and you arrive at the total. Are we together? Now their total, after you added everything, this got 40, 65, 70, 29, we have 80, 45. This is the student score over 100. Now, you know, you have to grade them. First, you can get their average, and then you can get their grading. You know, average is just one. You know, in your subject, this is a total average for your subject. I remember in the school where I used to teach, when I was serving, they will need to know the average, your students' average, to know how well they combine, you know, what they did, how they did well your exam. So how do I get the average? Simple. Just get equal to average, bracket open. No waste of time, just drag from here to here. Average B3 to B8, close your bracket, press enter. This is 58.83 as your average. Now, I don't think this average is right. The decimal places are so much. So how do I clear the decimal place? Let's maybe want to leave it to either whole number or better still, one decimal place. How do you do that? You go back to your home and then you come under your number, you know, where we got our command style. Under your number, see here is called increase decimal. Here is called decrease decimal. So I'm going to decrease the decimal by clicking on it. 1, 2, 1, 2. I can leave it one decimal place or a whole number. You see, it has rounded up 55. I can take it back to one decimal place. So this is the average. That means from average, the students didn't do well in exam. Not 54. It's not too well, but they can work on it. Now, the grade 9 is where the problem is. We are using if statement for this. Now, watch what is going to happen. First, you must have your grading. Let's say my grading is anybody scoring from 70 to 100. I give the person A. Then 60 to 69, the person gets B. 50 to 50. Every school has their own, you know, grading scheme. C. Then 40 to 49, the person gets D. Then 0 to 39, that's F. My old class or my school, nobody knows anything like E. So if you don't have D, you're getting F. We are using if statement to run all these things, this analysis. Watch it. The same thing I did, equal to if. If what? B3. In mind you, in Excel, you run with 1. If everything is correct about the 1, others don't have problem. So EB3, mind you, I'm picking it one after the other. EB3 is greater or equal to what? 70. If you notice, I'm using the is it the lower boundary now? Yes. The lower boundaries are 70, 60, 50, 40, and 0. You can also do with the higher boundaries. So take note of that. I'm using the lower boundaries. So EB3 is greater or equal to 70. You put a comma. Then put your quotation mark, double quotation mark. That student is scoring A. That A, you are telling computer to, when you put something in quotation, you are telling computer to return it as a string, meaning that it should not return it as it is written. But it will do the analysis and then return this thing back to this very cell. So the question now is, give the person A, value if true. If value is false, you put your comma. If value is false, what should Excel do? Excel should run another test, another if on the same number, B3. This time around, it's going to run and check if it is greater or equals to 60. Mind you, I'm using the lower boundary. If it is true, Excel, please, the person gets B, comma. If it is false, Excel, please go back and run the statement again for B3. Greater or equals to what now? 50. The same thing I'm repeating. It's not confusing. Excel should give this person a C, comma, value if false. Excel, please run again for me. B3, this time around, greater or equal to what? 40. The person should have a D. S, Excel should run the last one for me, which is an if, bracket open. The same B3 is greater or equal to what? 0. Now, I've finished writing all my logical tests. Please let me ask you a question. How many logical tests do I have here? How many logical tests do I have here? 5. Yeah, 5 is the right answer. Okay, now, so but that 5 you answered me is also important for something I'm going to do now. That means I need how many brackets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because open brackets are 5. And if you notice, the brackets also have colors representing the one that is opening it. You see color purple, green, blue, red, and what have you. I think the last one is black. When you are done, when you are done, you now press enter. Sorry, something is wrong somewhere. I know there's something wrong somewhere. Oh, the last one would even put a, what do you call it, F. Yeah. All right. So we put our comma here. If B3, you now return your F. Having done that, you press enter. That was the problem. Now this person is scoring 40 D. So let's scroll down. You see, you've gotten everything. Person is scoring 80, have an A. Person is scoring 45, a D. So that is All right, so that is that for this if statement. So let me stop sharing this screen so that I can come back to where we are. So I so much appreciate us for this time. At the initial time, I thought this thing would not hold because people were not